I was sharing my husband with his dead mother. That is my mother-in-law. So I was in the bank one day and then I hear someone whispering in my ear from behind, "Hey, excuse me, can I please come first?" I'm like, "Okay, but what do you want to do?" Because I'm also in a hurry. It's like, "I just want to consult them." Then I told him that no, you don't have to consult them from this side. You can use the other counter, and it was free where they do consultations. So this guy walks up to them and then talks with them whatever they talked about, and then he comes back to me and says, "Thank you so much." And he's like, "Would like to stay in touch. Can you please share me your digits?" I'm like, "Okay." So I read him my number and he writes it down in his phone. Then he's like, "So what's your beautiful name?" I'm like, "Okay, you can call me Tracy." Then the guy notes down my name and leaves. I'm not bothered and I'm not into him. I'm just in the bank to do my business there. So after a while, the guy calls me. I think it was in the afternoon. "Hey," I met him in the morning hours, and then he calls me in the afternoon. "Hey, how are you? How is your day going?" I'm like, "Oh, who's this I'm talking to?" "Oh, it's me, the guy you gave the number to." I'm like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't pick your name. What was your name?" Then he tells me, "My name is Daniel." Then we go on and talk and talk and talk. At this stage in my life, I just finished university and then I've started working. Life is going on well, but I didn't have a boyfriend. I just broken up with my long-time boyfriend who we went with to university, and then things didn't go well and we broke up. So I'm like, okay. It's like, "Can we meet in the evenings? Maybe we have a drink or one or two." I'm like, "No, I don't drink." It's like, "Okay. So can we just meet and sip tea or have a cup of coffee?" I'm like, "Okay." Then we schedule the meeting and I go meet this guy and we jazz, and then I see we are coming along, or the conversation is flowing. So we are just friends, right? He drops me back because he's driving and I'm not driving. He drops me back home. Basically, oh, I want to be realistic. I did not take him to my home because I can't just trust any stranger. Then I'm like, "So this is where I stay." No, I told him, "You can drop me here." It's like, "So you stay around here?" I'm like, No, no, just drop me here. Someone will pick me up." But to be honest, that is where I was staying in the area. But I didn't want to show him this is where I stay because I barely don't know you. I barely know anything about you. I just found you today, met up with you today. I can't just trust people like that. So as time goes on, he drops me there and he leaves. Then I'm like, okay, I think it's gone. It was a walkable distance. I just walked back home to my small room where I was staying. It is a two-bedroom house and it's self-contained. I'm earning some good money, but I'm not living in the high-end place. I'm living in somewhere in the suburbs of Kampala. Then as life goes on, then we start jazzing with this guy. He texts me all the time. He calls me. Then I'm just like, "Oh, we are friends." And he's like, "Yeah, we are friends." Then he starts asking me out. Then I think it was on our first date, and this is when he confesses his love to me. "I would love to be your boyfriend if you don't have a boyfriend." You know, he tells me about himself. I tell him about myself. And then I'm like, okay, I'll give it a chance. We go on and we date. So at first, things felt normal, and then it's outgoing, it's understanding, romantic. This guy is this person who would send you flowers at work. He would send lunch over. You are just there, and then you're thinking, "Oh, what am I gonna have for lunch?" And then it's like, I sent someone to deliver your lunch. Please do not order anything." And then Cafe Javas is there. Then Globe is there. So these people are just coming in. I'm like, "Oh wow, this guy is something." Then I enjoy life with him. We start going out, like we have we spend weekends together. And then I start introducing him to my friends. He starts introducing me to his friends. And everything is normal and we are okay. But then I noticed something about him. On every Tuesday, the last Tuesday of the month, this guy is not available. He always tells me, "I want to go in the village to see my parents." But talking about his parents, his mom, biological mom, wasn't the one who was in the house. His mom died when he's big, like a man. He had finished university, and then his mom died. So the dad remarried after just 1 year. So he used to go there every Tuesday every Tuesday of the end of the month. Let's say it doesn't matter. It's so what, as long as it's the last Tuesday of the month, he would go and say, I'm going to see my family. So I'm okay. He goes, then spends there the night and comes back the following day. I haven't moved in with him, but you can't reach him. When he leaves, he leaves. He doesn't call. He just tells you, for me, if I go, I just want to be there with them. I don't want to be involved with phone. I don't want to, it's their time. I just want to spend time with my family, which is understandable. I'm like, okay. So we go on dating and dating. I was a little bit bothered, but I'm like, okay. So one day he takes me to his house. He tells me about his stepmom, and it's like, I'm okay with my stepmom. She's a good person and I love her. And she takes good care of my dad, and that is the important part of it. He had other siblings, of course. They were 4, 3 girls, and it's the only boy in all of them. So we still like that. I used to go to their home. Now they know me. My in-laws know me, my sisters they know, cause they're all girls and now it's the only boy. So they pampered me. They loved me. And they would call me, hey, are you busy? Can we go out? Can we do this? Everyone is just, throwing themselves on me. And there's this loving family. The dad is okay with me. I'm like, okay, I think this is the time I also introduce him to my sisters. Okay, my friends know him, but my siblings don't know him. So I introduced him to my siblings and he tells me, I think you are the one. I really want to marry you. It wasn't formally a proposal, like he took me somewhere and then proposed and then gave me a ring. No, he didn't do that. I don't know why. He had the money and all the capacity to do that, but he didn't do that. So we just talked about it. It's like, are you okay if you are settled down? I think I'm now grown enough. I really want to settle, and I think you are the woman I would want to spend the rest of my life with. So can you please tell your parents about it? If they're okay with it, we can go and do the traditional marriage, because in Uganda, we usually do the kuchala first. Is something where you go and then you see the aunt of the bride. Then you go to the parents' house and do the introduction where you pay the bride price. Then after you do the wedding, the civil or whatever, any wedding, church, civil, most any wedding. But first we do the introduction, which is the traditional marriage in my country. So after there, I'm with this guy, and then he tells me that. I'm like, okay, did he just propose to me or what? I didn't get it. So I didn't care about it. I wasn't this girl who was into this luxury life, this stuff of, oh, I'm so into social media, so I want someone to throw a party for me, surprise me. I would love it if he did it, but if he did not do it, it would not make me sad or feel bad. No. So I brushed it off. And then I didn't tell my parents right away. I wanted to just be sure if he meant what he said. After a few days, he's asking me, did you talk to mama? I'm like, no, I did not. So he's like, okay, can you please ask them if I can come over? I'm like, okay. So I go talk to them, and then mom said, okay, before you even take him to your auntie's place, I would love to meet this man. Because my mom is this loving person, is this loving mom. She cares about her kids, and she's very protective, if I may say. This is why I didn't even want to tell her I'm dating or what, because I'm a grown-up woman now. I don't know why she should be protective. So I tell the guy, my mom wants to meet you first before you go to see my aunt. Then it's like, okay. Then we schedule a meeting, and then we meet. Not in my house, of course, outside. I carry my mom, we go somewhere in a public place. Then we sit. It's a, kind of quiet place. Then she talks to him. Do you really love my girl? I don't want you to hurt her. I don't want to do the thing. And then you are not sure about your feelings for her or what. How long have you guys been dating? So she really asks whatever she wants to ask him. And then the guy is okay. Then I think it's okay. He's a good guy. You can proceed with whatever you want to do with him. So I go talk to my aunt, and then I come back to him, give him the information, we do the arrangements, and then he goes ahead, and then he marries. Like he goes to see my aunt. Of course, you have to do some shopping. You don't go just barehanded or stuff. Then he goes to my aunt, we do the thing, and then they give us the dates, and then my introduction comes. Yes, he really paid it off. Like whatever they asked at home, he paid it, and actually did extra. It was so lovely. This was one of the days I'll never forget in my life. Although my marriage ended in I'll tell you as we go on with the story, but I really loved every bit of it. So the introduction goes, and then he weds me and then takes me to his house. I'm like, okay, now I'm married. We start life. He's not changed. He still does the things he used to do. He cares. He pampers me. He loves me. And he does all that stuff lovers do, or a loving man would do. We would go for shoppings. We get weekend getaways. We go for vacations. Until then, I get married. I get pregnant. Then, so, when you get pregnant, sometimes the man gets frustrated because of the stress that comes with pregnancy. Your mood swings, you're vomiting. I used to throw up until I gave birth. So this guy was with me through it all. He never got tired of me. At times I would yell at him because I feel like I don't understand what is going on in my body. This is my first child. And then I have doctor's appointments. Then I have to do this. I have to take this kind of medicines. My mom is sending me herbs to bathe with them. All that stuff. So it was kind of frustrating for me. You know how women are when they are pregnant and they don't want to eat that, they want to eat this late in the night. You wake up and you are craving something. This guy would go get it. Trust me. He would go in his car, drive out of the compound, and he will get me whatever he wanted. He was there. But don't forget, I told you every Tuesday initially, or before all this, when we were dating, he told me he used to go to his house like every last Tuesday of the month. Yes. He always did that. Even in this condition, he would call my friends over, or he would call my sisters-in-law over, or he would call my sisters, and then he will ask them to take care of them. And you know what? Whenever he came back, he would bring them something. So, you know how you are taking care of your own sister, and then the husband brings you something. Whenever they'll call you, oh, can you please give me a hand? I can't leave her alone in the house. And this, yes, we had a maid who would help us around the house because I could no longer do anything for myself. Pregnancy wasn't a good friend for me. The first pregnancy, yes, I got 2 kids with him, but the first pregnancy was a terrible thing. So one time I asked, like, you know how you inquire, like I asked my in-law that, is your brother always going to your house every Sundays? Because she had come just to see us, not like, how she calls them that, how he calls them, like, oh, please, can you come and keep an eye on her, or stay with her, or give her company? That wasn't the case. She had come to stay with us for some days. So as we were having a deeper conversation, I found myself hinting on this. Not like I intended to, but I just did, like, why does your brother do this every month? It's like, she just, I don't know. I'm like, does he always go there? Then she's like, yeah, we have 2 homes. We have the main house, or the main home. That is where my father is residing now. But we have a home, a different one, which was built, and it's far away. It's his house. It was my brother's initial house before he built this. But that house is where he goes and spends his days. Those days he tells you. I'm like, what? So I brushed it off. I didn't give it much thought. And then I had my first baby, and then we are still having good times with my husband. He's understanding, loving, and everyone loved my husband because he was giving and he was caring. So basically, what would a mother or any sibling ask for if their sibling is well taken care of? Then I get pregnant with our second child, and then we keep going and keep going. But then you know how sometimes curiosity hits you, and then it gets the best of you. I'm like, well, I really want to know why he does it at the end of the month. Why not go? Because this time round, why I was inquisitive, my second born baby got sick. And then when he got sick, he was a boy. My firstborn is a girl. So when he got sick, we took him to the hospital. And then the guy had to leave me with someone else with the baby. It's like, now you can take care of the baby. I have to go. Because this is the time he leaves the home and then goes in the other house. Then I'm like, why? The boy is so sick. Okay, I understand you want to go spend time with your family. So I called my in-laws and I asked them. And then the sister was like, I don't think he's here. I don't think he's home. I'm like, what? Then I remembered the first conversation I had 1 year back with my in-law. What is this? Okay. So I kept quiet. Then the boy got well. We were discharged. He came back, and then we were discharged. It would go on Monday evening. Then Tuesday finds him there. He sleeps there over Tuesday, and then comes back at night on Tuesday before Wednesday. So I'm like, okay. I come back home. We stay home, but something is like, something is in your head trying to tell you something is not wrong. It's not right with this man. You really need to find out. Then I start digging and digging and trying to find out what is really going on in his life. And then I find out that he has another home, which I already knew, not from him, but from the sister, who told me he had built a house. Then some issues came up with this house. Then when we lost our mom, he didn't want to sell that house anymore, and he locked it up. The house is fenced, but it's far away in the countryside. But he doesn't want anyone to go in that house. He only goes there, and then there is a guy who also goes there to clean it, and that is it. Okay, I'm like, okay. Then one time I tell this sister of hers, do you know where this house is? I'm like, okay. I really wanted to comfort my husband about this house. But then I'm like, maybe let me ask her. Then I talk to her and then she tells me, you know what? I can't tell you more about that house or tell you what. What I know, my brother never married anyone except you. It's not like he has another wife there or what, but why don't you ask him? You have 2 kids now. If he didn't tell you about that house up to now, he has his reasons. Then I don't want to come in between you two and then start telling you what I'm not supposed to tell you. Okay, then I sit my husband down. I tell him, I know you have a house that you built years ago before even you met me. I know I'm not supposed to be digging into that because you were not with me by then. But I really something is just eating me up. I want to feed my curiosity and I want to know what is happening in that house. And I got to know that every Tuesday you do not go to your house, like as in your maternal house, like your parents' house. You go somewhere else. He would go just like a decoy, who someone goes, but he does not sleep there. He leaves, goes there, takes some stuff for them, then leaves. So he sleeps in the other home. Then during the day or evening hours, he comes back on Tuesday. Then he leaves Monday around evening time, goes to their home, then drops some stuff, then leaves in the night, and then goes in the other house, sleeps there, and then comes back. I got to know this after. I'll tell you how I got to know this. Then the guy tells me, yes, I have that house, but it has a lot of painful memories. I had built that house for my mom. And then, cause my dad was not treating her well, I wanted to give her her own house. And then she died all of a sudden. So that is why I'm like this. Okay. So I go there because it has memories and if you want, I can bring you there and you see the house. If you don't mind, I'm like, okay. So I go with him to the house, not on the Tuesdays, of course. He chose a day. He takes me there with the kids. He says, yeah, this is also our property, but I don't want you to look at it as your property. It's something that I built before you, and I just want it to be here because it holds a lot of me. And so he gives me his reasons. I'm like, okay. Then as we are touring the house, I find it's kind of a wall. But if you look at it, it's kind of like you can see there is a path that you can use to go there, but it's not a visible thing. It's not like a secret room, but it's not a visible room that I can clearly walk in and say, okay, this is the door I can open and go in. So he just says, this is just a design. There is nothing behind there. I say, okay. We leave. Then one day our son fell sick because he used to get sick so often. This small one, the big one didn't give me a hard time. She grew up well. We weren't even in the hospitals that much, but this small one would visit the hospitals. Just a slight thing like headache and like he's having blocked nose, he can't breathe. Then we used to go. He's always on oxygen just for infections, and they're just telling me infections, which I later learned it wasn't infections. So we go to his home. It is a Tuesday. He left us. The kid is dying. Then I had to take him to the hospital. Then I'm stranded there. I'm calling and he's not picking. I'm trying to reach him, but I can't. Then I don't know what went in my head because my sisters had come over just to assist me with the kid. I just went into my car, drove off to go to that place because I know where it is. It's a bit far. So I reach it. It's like 2 hours drive. I'll not say the place where the house is located. So I drive, we reach there and then open the door. I find the door locked. Then I try to get my way inside and I couldn't. Then there is this guy who cleans and he's always there sometimes. I see him. It's like, oh, madam, because he knows me. As they introduced me to him last time when he went there. Okay, so it's there, but you know what? Then he opens for me. I enter the house and I'm trying to search for him. I can't find him. I'm like, because I called already in their house at home. They told me he's not here. I know he should be there. So I start looking for him. I can't find him. Then this is when I see this room I talked about earlier. And then I trace my hands and I find that how you just have to push. I just pressed somewhere, I don't know where, and then the door opened. And then in the room, my husband is sleeping, or is laying, not even sleeping, is laying beside a dead woman. I can't recognize their face, but I can see this person is not human, or is not alive. It's not a human being that is living, or a living human being. So I freeze and I stand and I'm just looking at him. And then he starts sweating. He comes to me. And then he didn't ask me, what are you doing here? How did you come here? He's just looking at me and sweating. Then he pulls me. He pulls me out of the room. Then he locks the door. And then he's asking me, what are you doing? I'm just looking at him and also asking him, what is that I just saw? He just kept quiet and sat down and told me, I think now it's the time for you to know the truth. He tells me this is his dead mother. That when his mom died and they buried him, he got out the corpse of his mom and then took it to that place, designed a good room for her and put her there. And he's told me he was instructed to sleep with his mom every last Tuesday of the month, for him to sustain wealth, for him to be healthy. Okay, I'm like, who told you that? He's telling me, some witch doctor. I traveled outside Uganda and that is the only task they gave me to do. This is why you see I have a lot of money and I'm well off. Okay, back in their house, or back in where he grew up, they weren't that well off, but they weren't that bad off. They're not this poorest, but they have a small house. That's why he used to tell me I'm going there, because he used to take stuff for them, like upkeep, money, rice and food stuff, things to use around the house. So he was building them a bigger house. They had a house, but he was building them a bigger house at this time. So he tells me, I really beg you, I want you this to remain between me and you. I didn't say anything. I just stood up and then left. I didn't even go back to the hospital. My sisters are calling me to inform me about the baby. I'm not answering the calls. I'm just looking at my phone like this. I drove the car and then I found myself somewhere I don't even remember. I'm just sitting in the car and just crying and crying and crying. Then there was a bypass. It was an old lady who knocked on my window. Then I raised my eyes and I'm crying. And then I opened the door and she's like, I rolled down the window. She's like, what's wrong? And I slept over the house actually when he was telling me all that stuff. Time was, So during morning around 6 is when I'm leaving that place to live. So I go, I leave him there. He didn't follow me. Then this older woman tells me, what's the matter, my daughter? Why are you crying? I just cried. I just kept crying and crying. Then she opened the door, she pulled the door, then I opened it, and then she stood there and she told me, whatever you are going through, do not let it kill you. Get someone to help you drive this car, get a safe place, and cool your head off. She said these words in my local language, not in English. And then I remembered I have kids. This is when I get my phone, call my sisters, and then ask about my kid. They tell me, oh, we are waiting for you. They are going to discharge us and this. I tell them, can you please go home and pick me the other girl and tell the maid to give you the clothes of the babies and please take them to mama's house. I'm coming. Then they're asking, what is wrong? What is wrong? I'm not telling anyone what is happening with me. And then they take my babies home. My husband is not reaching out. He's not calling. He's not doing anything at this point. I go home, sit down. I didn't tell my parents. I just told them, I think I cannot be married anymore. I really want to divorce this man. Then I tell everyone, is like, what is happening? This guy loves you, blah, blah. You know how these people, they know him. Yes, he used to love me. I don't want to say he loved me. But I can't stand sharing my man with a dead person. and moreover his mom. Then I kept quiet. I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, does even his family know about this? And then I go, after I've cooled off, I look for my in-law. I ask her about their mom, how she used to live her life, how she died. And it happens to be their mom did not die of anything. Like, she got so ill, then taken to the hospital. No. The girl told me their mom had gone to the garden in the morning, and then she was bitten by a snake. And then after that, she was rushed to the hospital. On her way to the hospital, she died. Just like that. So I'm like, don't tell me this guy sacrificed his mom for wealth. And the thing that is eating up my second-born child, it's the same thing that killed the mom. I'm just trying to connect the puzzles together. Because this boy has been in and out of the hospital for just small issues we can treat at home. Flu, we go to the hospital. He does not have blood. Every time they're telling me it's out of blood, I'm feeding him. I'm giving him supplements. I'm doing herbs for blood, and then they're telling me he's not having blood. Then I sit my mom and tell her. I told her, do not share this with anyone, but this is the situation that I've been going through the past few days, and this is what I've concluded to. I'm leaving this marriage. I told you my mom loves us, and she's someone who supports her kids, protective. She told me, if that is what you want, I can't ask you to stay. So, after a week, my man is now reaching out and telling me, I'm really sorry, babe, what? I'm like, I can't do this. I promise I'll not share this with anyone. It will stay between us, but I want you to give me a divorce. I want you to build me my own house, because I don't want that one we're living in. I want you to, give me something that I can get money from, for the kids at least, and give me a future plan for the kids' school fees and stuff. That is all I'm asking from you. And if you know your things are the one that want to kill my son, please find another way. Then he just looks at me and keeps quiet and says, okay, I agree to all the terms you have asked. I'm like, okay. So this is how I live my marriage. And then, unfortunately, my son died. So I stayed with only the girl. And the man saw and said he did not do anything to that boy. He is not responsible for his death. Although deep down in me, I know and I believe he's responsible for his death. That's all for today, guys. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe and do not forget to share, so that you encourage us to be uploading more stories. This story is true story. It's a true story, although some stuff we have left out the names, the places where it happened, just to protect the person who told us the story. I love you so much. Stay tuned.